to 17, outscoring the Titans 21-0 in the second half. Next Thursday night football, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals taking on Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Woo! Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video.
No better day to game day. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go win it.
Touchdown! Seahawks!
We're coming back. Let's go.
You wanted more top shelf serving. There it was from Jared Goff and the Rams.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
Perfect pass by Russ. No doubt about it. Russell Wilson comes back. He's going vertical. Touchdown, LA!
Good job, man. I love it.
Russ going to let it fly. Touchdown! Seahawks! Russell Wilson just magnificent again today.
All right, a check on the NFC playoff picture here, but let's focus in on the NFC West divisional opponents facing off this week. The Seahawks are the second seed there right now at 6-2. The Rams, 7th seed at 5-3 at the moment. A win for either one of them this weekend would be clutch, but of course, only one can win. Time now for the bucket list presented by KFC. I'm Rob back with me, and now you called the Bills win over the Seahawks last weekend. Yes, I have receipts, especially when they're good. Did they show us how to defend your guy, Russell Wilson?
Yeah, MJ, I do think it was a glimpse into the future, how you defend these dynamic quarterbacks. I mean, the Buffalo Bills didn't sit back and say, hey, Russell, come and just beat us with the 5 or 6 plays that determine a game. They said, if you're going to beat us, we're going to make you make like 40 or 50 plays to beat us. And I got some tape to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Got some double A-gap sugar here to force the offensive line to slide one way, and then you have an unblocked guy off of the edge, Russell thinking that he's protected. But what I like is the Sean McDermott offense had all of the quick throws covered, so Russell had nowhere to go with the football, and I think they got a turnover right there as well. You look at it again right here. This is an overload blitz. This time, the offensive line kind of pointed in the right direction. They kind of picked it up, but with a free man. Now, Russell knew this guy was going to be free, but it was 3rd down, so now the Buffalo Bills defense rally and make the tackle before Tyler Lockett can get the 1st down. Again, dictating action. Again, this time, they send all 7 defenders in the box, creating a zero coverage look on the back end. Russell knows he's going to get hit. He knows that it's going to be an extra defender. It's on the Buffalo Bills to not give up the explosive play and make sure that they make the tackle. Look, the Buffalo Bills blitzed Russell Wilson 18 times last week, over 40% of the dropbacks. So, to me, this is how you defense these dynamic quarterbacks. You can't just sit back and let guys like Russell Wilson beat you up.
Okay, Rob, so you're just going to go into every ingredient in the recipe on how to beat your boy, Russell Wilson? Wow! All right, let's pick it. Who do you have winning?
Well, I got the Seahawks winning this one 24-20. I think it's going to be too much Russell Wilson. I think the same tape that I saw, I think Russell Wilson and the Seahawks saw it as well. And again, just throw it up to that big guy, DK Metcalf on the outside. I'm wondering if Jalen Ramsey is going to follow him around. But I think it's going to be a great matchup. But I think the Seahawks, they win it in a close one.
I think the Seahawks will take it as well, but I think it will be on the shoulders of Russell and his dynamic wide receivers. They're going to have to put up a lot of points. I have them taking it 38-29. Thanks, M-Rob. All right, let's take a look at some other picks that we've selected for the games this week. Our Triple Access team. Look at that clean sweep across the board for Green Bay, as well as for the Browns and the Saints. Little disparity there on that Washington-Detroit game, as well as Minnesota versus the Bears. All right, guys, I want you to pay close attention. I'm MJ Acosta-Ruiz, and this is a public service announcement because it is our solemn duty to tell the truth. And the truth is, not every team that's supposed to win on Sunday will win on Sunday. The truth hurts. It's called, say it with me, Ball. You heard him. That's next on NFL Total Access.
Access is brought to you by the General Insurance. Coverage you deserve, prices you can afford.
1st and 10, Brady again out of the gun. He's going to set up the screen left side. Of a it's intercepted. Cam Jordan gets a hand on it, and it's picked off by the Saints. 3-by-1 now to the right side for Brady. He's going to launch one down the far sideline. The Saints have 2 there. One of them picks it off. Marcus Williams. Antonio Brown, the intended target. Antonio Brown nowhere to be found on that. Brady thinks the Saints are bringing pressure. They bring it from the other side. He's going to throw a ball up in the air, and that ball is going to be picked off. Malcolm Jenkins gets in on the fun, and the Saints pick off Tom Brady for the 3rd time tonight.
Time now now for the real Mike Rob report. And Rob, the Saints were all over Tom Brady last week. How much pressure is on this group to keep Tom Brady upright against the Panthers?
Yeah, that Tampa Bay offensive line, they had a rough outing last week. And I think what's happening is teams are putting pass rushers inside. And I'm telling you, the absence of guard Ali Marpet was totally obvious last week. Backup Joe Haig had a long day. Number 73, as you can see highlighted right here, did not block anybody on this particular play. Forced Tom Brady to overthrow the receiver. Now, Tom Brady's not going to give you much movement or running or mobility outside of the pocket. Again, you see Tom Brady feeling the pressure from the people over top of Joe Haig. And again, Ryan Jensen had a long day as well. This entire offensive line had a long day. Again, having a hit on Brady. Brady was hit a season high 9 times last week, and he was sacked 3 times. They better get this offensive line together if they want to go deep in the playoffs.
Just taking bumps and bruises. Not good, M-Rob. All right, so for the Panthers, no Christian McCaffrey on Sunday. He was out there rushing and catching passes last week. Which wide receiver for the Panthers really has to step up now?
Yeah, it's a wide receiver. It's Curtis Samuels, very dynamic playmaker. And not just from the fact that he's a wide receiver, scored 2 touchdowns as a wide receiver, but they line this kid up in the backfield. He's averaging almost 5 yards a carry. Very, very dynamic playmaker, very slippery, MJ. He didn't have many hips. Right, and I play special teams, and he's like a returner, so when you tackle him, there's nothing to hold on to. That's why he's so slippery. I think he has an opportunity to make a lot of noise against this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, who gave up a lot of yards to Alvin Kamara last week.
Just like a toddler throwing a tantrum. Can't keep him down, can't grab onto him. You know what I'm talking about. You got the kids. All right, and Rob, hold on to your game pick, because we're going to get to that a little later in the show. Time now, though, for Run or Pass with Cynthia Freeland. All right, Cynthia, you know the drill. If you like a player projection, you're going to run with it. If you don't, you pass. So first up, Cynthia, run or pass, 92 receiving yards for Davante Adams versus the Jags.
We are running with this one. In fact, he's receiving this one for sure. I like this one a lot. Why? The Jags have had the most different combinations of defensive players on the field this season. That is not a great thing when it is Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams. He's the best receiver right now in the entire game. I have tons of stats to back that up, so I am absolutely running with this one.
Oh, I never question your stats, Cynthia. Next up, run or pass, 55 rush yards for DeAndre Swift versus Washington.
Okay. So the word is rush yards. So I'm going to actually pass on this one because of receiving yards. I think DeAndre Swift will have more of an impact in the short pass-catching game, especially since we've seen T.J. Hockenson on the injury report. If no T.J. Hockenson, even more short receiving yards for DeAndre Swift, but not as many true rushing yards. This is a good rushing defense, so let's just go where they're going to have success, and that's in the short passing game.
Okay, the devil's in the details there. Last one, run or pass, 50 receiving yards for Juju Smith-Schuster versus Cincy.
We are running with this one. Juju Smith-Schuster needs to kind of get going in terms of fantasy points, and this is the game where you can absolutely kind of imagine that happening. For me, in this one, he gets at least 50 receiving yards and something like 60% of my game simulation. So you're going to have to tune into Game Day View to see kind of all of our score projections, but you're going to see why in Game Day View. 50 receiving yards, just going to run with it. Just run with it.
All right, I like it. Cynthia, thanks. Don't go far. You'll be back in just a few with some game projections. For now, let's get you to our Pepsi Rookie of the Week. And the honor goes to, again, Justin Herbert. He broke Cam Newton's record of 2,103 for most pass yards thrown in first 7 starts of a rookie, for a rookie actually, at least since 1950. He just keeps taking them. All right, let's take a look at the NFL Total Access Picks leaderboard this week while we're at it. I'm still holding on in first place, 89-36. M-Rob right there on my heels, 82-43. David Carr, James Jones, despite killing it on Thursday nights lately, are rounding out 3rd and 4th spot. So here we go. Another week, another chance to maybe beat you guys. Let's start with Dolphins Chargers. David, who are you picking in this one?
I think this is going to be a pretty good defensive battle. 2 good young quarterbacks, but you just showed the reason I'm picking the Chargers, because Justin Herbert has a fearless attitude when he's playing against really tight defenses. If they bring pressure, if they think they're going to take chances with him, he's going to hit one more big play than Tua. So I'm going to go 21-17 Chargers.
Listen, both these young quarterbacks are absolutely balling. Matter of fact, the young quarterbacks in the National Football League is taking over. But I'm taking Herbert in this one as well, man. He's just playing lights out. I mean, there's not a throw that he cannot make. He's making everybody around him better. That offense is clicking. I do not see the Miami Dolphins trying to keep up with Justin Herbert. I like them in this game.
Have you seen this Dolphins defense lately, James? I'm just saying, take a close eye. But I do believe in young Tua and what he showed us. I'm going with the Dolphins, 36-28, the final score. Guys,
you are in first.
Prevailing wisdom says the Seahawks and Rams will be the highest scoring game of the week. Coming up next, why that